Hey all, happy Sunday. I hope everybody is doing great today. It's a beautiful day. I hope you all are enjoying the Sunday. I hope if there's any dads out there, I hope you guys are enjoying Father's Day. And also for ladies, I hope you guys are making the special fathers in your lives feel special today or reflecting on fathers who have been in your lives. Right, so y'all. I'm snapping and working. I have the embroidery machine going. I have Romeo cutting some templates, and I'm gonna be putting more holes in this. So I got a lot going on. I don't think I'm gonna have many goals this week because we have to go to Taylor's orientation and get her checked into her dorm. So that's gonna be my goal for the week. Is to stay sane while doing it. But while I'm there, I also want to go on a daily walk. Like I don't want to stop being active. So I do want to be active as much as possible. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I actually have the mic today. But hey everybody, let me see who's here. Hey y'all. Hey Judy. Welcome in. Hey Miss Cheryl. Hey Kelly. Hey Nikki. Hey Naomi. Hey Tanya. Tanya, did you get the design? I put it inside. I don't know if you heard me yesterday. But I put the design, the embroidery design inside of the community tab. I know you asked about it. Just want to make sure you got it. So the templates I'm cutting out is for the bling boxes. It's just, it's actually 4 layers this time, but no text. Just a picture that I put together. So it's for like summer or vacationing. I didn't want it to be specific. Like I didn't want it to say anything about summer because we already had the summer one, and I don't really like limiting the amount of times that you can wear your shirt. So it's possibly year round because you could definitely wear it on vacation. Yeah. Hey Dempsey Boo, welcome. Hey Danny, welcome in. Hey Meredith. Hey Robin S. I would have started on time or when I set it up to go live, but I ran out of bobbin. So I'm actually stitching the shirt out. If you guys watched last night, so good. Saturday we made this design, and so we were giving one to a viewer, and so I think I'll give it away next week. But that's what I'm sewing because I know I'm not gonna have much time to do anything this week. Oh yeah, those are the two things, but that's almost done. Hey Leslie Cash welcome. Hey Stacey A there. We celebrate them in heaven. Nice duty. Nice. Hey Jesse. Hey Starla. Miss Starla. Thank you, Naomi. Hey Miss Berlinda. Hey LaShawn. Hey Karen D. Hey Daisy. Karen Murray. Oh no, Stacey. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better, Stacey. That's not good. I'm missing something. I don't know what I'm doing. No, I don't want to do it. Okay. Sorry, guys. I was just checking something. Nope. She doesn't. She does not. She didn't want to start. So she's very much. She's like me in some ways, but she's not like me in a lot of ways. Like she's more focused, and I'm not as focused as she is. Like she's way more focused, and she has a plan. but she's also a little bit sheltered and super timid. So she wants to go to but she wants to go in the summer where it's going to be a lot of people there, but it's not going to be as much as fall. And so we disagreed that she doesn't want to be super overwhelmed. She's going to be overwhelmed, but going in the summer and then starting in the summer and then starting in the fall, for her, the summer is the best option because I don't want to set her up for failure. She doesn't want to set herself up for failure. And yeah, so it kind of sucks because he won't be going on vacation with me this summer. So we'll see. Maybe when she's done with the summer term, we have like a few weeks. But I'm going to be starting back at the school, but I'll take off. Like take off a few days and we could maybe do something or go someplace and something like that. Thank you, Stacey Avery. I love your shirt that you made. It looks really good. It looks really, really good. I love it. Awesome, thank you. Hey, Vera, welcome in. No worries, Jesse. No worries. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you just being here. Even just to say hi. So thank you. I appreciate it. All right, yo. So all I'm doing, if you were on the live yesterday, if you're a member on my channel and you were in the members live, you guys saw me kind of working on these. So I've already put all the labels on them already. Oh my goodness. I've already put all the labels on them already, but I still have to punch holes in all of them. So that's what I'm doing today. Hey, Nomi. So I want to get this done because I need to give it to her by, well, there's no set time, but I just want to be done with it. Like I don't want to have to look at these anymore. So these are all the ones that I've done so far. Those already have holes in them, and I didn't finish yesterday, and then I have these to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. Today's topic, we're gonna talk about a little bit about like setting boundaries, creating boundaries for yourself, and not feeling guilty about setting boundaries because some people have a way of making you feel guilty, or maybe this life has a way of making you feel guilty about you setting boundaries for yourself. But you can't. You can't feel guilty about setting boundaries as long as they're healthy boundaries, as long as it's not harming yourself, the boundaries don't harm you or anybody else, then definitely set your boundaries. Definitely. Hey, Karen D. Miss Rosalind, did I say hey to you, Miss Rosalind Maxine? Hey, Miss Rosalind Maxine. Well, hey, everybody. I'm glad you're going to take time off. But she's gonna mainly she's gonna start, she's gonna take summer classes, but she is gonna come home for like a maybe 2 weeks before fall starts. So she is gonna be able to come home. So that's why I think maybe we'll do something then. Even if it's like a quick weekend getaway to go see a play, a Broadway show. So she likes Broadway too. So maybe we could maybe do that one weekend before we have to go back. That would work. Oh no, Nomi. Oh my goodness. That sucks. Were you moving things? Were you working? I know you've been super busy lately with your setups and everything. Have you been working? Hey Josie. Happy Sunday. I hope you're feeling good today. I hope you have a lot of energy. That will help your son understand. Understand. Hey Joyce Adams, welcome. So I have this sheet metal. So yesterday, so it's an order that I have. It's really like an order for a friend. And they purchased mason jars, but they don't have the hole in it for a straw. And she didn't want to have to try to get more of them, and so she asked if I could like do something with it. So I'm using the sheet metal hole puncher to do it, I put a label on the front of it. It's like a rodeo theme. So I put a label on the top center, and then I'm just punching a hole in it with the sheet metal. So it's a 7 millimeter hole, so it fits the straws that she has for it. So that's it worked out. It worked out. So that's my new thing. So just a hole puncher for sheet metal. Next, and you can do two at a time. I can probably do three at a time, but I've just been doing two at a time. But you can do three at a time. Naomi, isn't that's like never ending? Like it's always something to reorganize. There's always something to reorganize, always something to move around. Never fails. Never fails. So it is what it is. Oh, awesome. Danny, that's so nice. I love that one. It's the one with the, which one did you do? The one with the love and the lady? Or I have the other one. I have two 1865 now. I don't know. Next year I'm going to have to think outside of the box. Hey, Radiant Rose. Stacy, it is so hard to set boundaries. But it's okay to set boundaries. It is okay. I'm telling you guys, it's okay to set boundaries because if you don't, you're only hurting yourself when you don't set boundaries. You have to set boundaries. You have to. And I didn't always set boundaries. I didn't always set boundaries, and you will have people who will try to make you feel guilty about setting boundaries. But you set boundaries. You have things that you accept and things that you won't accept. And it's okay. It is okay to not accept it. Because the same people who want you to not have boundaries, they have boundaries. They have boundaries. Just let y'all know the same people who won't accept your boundaries or who not don't accept, who don't respect your boundaries, they have boundaries. And if you cross that line, then there's a problem. So no. And you can lovingly have boundaries. You can lovingly have boundaries. Boundaries are, it's not negative. It is not negative. So boundaries work for both positive and negative, depending on how you use them. But in our case, we're going to be using it for positive. And that positive is our self-worth, our peace. So yeah. Meredith, it is the worst. Hey, TKC Crafts. Meredith, it is the worst, especially when people like you get boundaries and then you have people like, oh, well, you just have to accept me because that's just how I am. Okay, then I will accept that that's how you are, but that this is my line. Like, if that's how you are, then that's perfectly fine. I respect how you are, but I don't have to let you in my space. Like, I don't have to because clearly you don't respect my space. So, no, you don't have to. Because people will make you feel guilty, and then they'll make you feel guilty. If you have boundaries, then they'll make you feel guilty almost like you're not accepting them because of your boundaries. No, we have to both respect each other's boundaries. But they will make you feel like, oh, well, I'm this is me, this stuff. So it's like, so y'all know how I watch all this true crime stuff all the time. So it's almost like you have people who, in their certain words, you cannot say on YouTube. So there's certain like times that you have people who are maybe a little bit abusive, right? And you're on the other end of that abuse. Whether it's physical, any type of abuse, you're on the other end, but they're more so being abusive, right? And they say, oh, well, this is me, this is how I was raised. This is this is all I know. And so, you can't accept me for me. And like, this is what people say. And, at first, you kind of feel like, you know what, that's right. Why can't I accept them? That's just who they are. Like, it's fine. And it's not fine. It's not fine if it crosses your lines. It's not fine. It's not fine. And I had to tell myself that. I had to tell myself it's not fine because I would overcompensate. I'd be like, you know what? I'm not doing the right thing by them because, you know, I'm supposed to love everybody. And you are supposed to love everybody. But at the same time, you don't have to let that compromise what you have going on or cross your boundaries. But people will say, and I see it a lot too, and like a lot of the shows I watch, and then you have where, you see the text messages, and it's a lot of this like people not respecting other people. But at the same time, it's kind of like in those cases where there is like abuse, they're not really when they say like, oh well, you're not accepting me, or this is me, this is how it's raised, you got to work with me, and then they're working with them for so long and they're still abusing them, and it's just no, no, no. At that point, you have to be the one to accept who they are, but they don't respect the fact that what they're doing is harming you. No, no. So yeah, that's the topic for today. What do you guys think? Let me see what you guys think about our topic. What do you guys think about boundaries? Are you like me, where it is sometimes hard to set boundaries? Is it, and you may have boundaries, but are you like me, where sometimes you kind of, you lower those boundaries or you remove those boundaries because you do start to feel a little guilty, you do start to feel a little bad? Are you like me in that way? Which I'm like trying to not be like that anymore. Like my boundary is my boundary. And that's it. This is not fair. Hey, Kels. Hey, Miss Ruth. Welcome in. Not camp. Grandma is over for section one. I bet they didn't want to go home. I'm sure they have a great time while they're with you. Oh, you're waiting for triple A? Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You're full, you're eating, you're getting some energy from that food. That's awesome. Hey, Wendelin, welcome in. Hey, retired pastor. Naomi, that is awful. That is awful. You put that silicone in the center. Well, she's gonna have to do that, Stacey. I'm not doing that. She said that she has everything else that she needs. So she had to take the lids off for me. Like she still has the mason jars. All she did was take the lids. She took the lids off and gave me this Ziploc bag full of lids. Everything else, she has to do everything else. And she said she has everything, so I did my part. I did my part. Everything else. So hopefully she has it. If not, I don't know what she's doing with like they're having like an event for their family. So hey Zelda Brown. Hey Jennifer. Oh, that's nice. You went camping with the grandkids. Nice. I bet that was fun. Hey Miss Linda Gray, welcome in. The one with the love and the lady. Oh, nice. Which is gorgeous. Hey, Miss Linda Tolbert, welcome in. Okay, so Karen D says, I've always set boundaries or set work boundaries. It has taken me a long time to learn not to set them with family or how to set them with family. Still learning this one. I know family is kind of hard. Setting boundaries with family is hard. I've kind of learned a little bit. Not really, but kind of. But honestly, my family doesn't really overstep. I know I talk about my auntie a lot, like my auntie, the one who is Miss Boss. She is so bossy and she does not play, but she's still not like, it's not that bad with my family, honestly. Like they kind of respect, like we all have a respect of everybody's space and stuff like that. So my family's not too bad. My family's not too bad. My auntie, if y'all know my auntie is out of 2 year old sometimes, so he is. Boundaries with your adult children. I'll probably be coming back talking about that in a year or so. I'll probably be coming back. I have one adult child now. I can't believe it. The college says that she's an adult, and I haven't even. I told her she's not an adult to me. She could be an adult to everybody else, but she's not an adult to me. So she just needs to remember that. And I think she has a good understanding of it. So I think she has a good understanding of it. Oh, thanks, Josie. Dempsey Boo. You're not missing anything. Oh, work boundaries. Work boundaries are very, very, very important. So before maybe last year, I really didn't talk to anybody outside of Terrell. It's Terrell. Flip. And Flip started working with us maybe like 3 years ago. And of course, Berkeley. So those are my people at work. But outside of that, I used to didn't really talk, and I still don't. Like, not a lot of people at work do I really talk to like that. Yeah, no. But work, you do have to protect your boundaries at work. We definitely do. But yeah. So how do you guys feel about that with like work boundaries? Because especially like when you're spending so much time with the people you work with, you're spending a lot of time with your coworkers daily. So I usually spend like my regular work hours, but then sometimes after work because none of us really have a life except maybe Flip has a life. So Flip has a life. Well, Flip has a man. That's the difference. The rest of us are pretty much single. Um, so after work, we'll just go hang out. Flip will hang out with us too. So we'll go have like dinner or so. So we end up spending a lot of time with each other. But for the most part, much many other people at work that I really hang out with. Y'all know I'm usually on here with y'all. So it's not much going on in that area. And my mouth is like fighting over you. You know, express your boundaries and just southern exactly. But it's so hard to like sometimes you feel like the bad person. Like you feel like not you, but I'm just saying like sometimes even just for me, like I feel bad, Like why do we feel bad? Can somebody tell me like why do we feel bad for having boundaries? Like why do we? Because there's people who have boundaries and they're perfectly fine with those boundaries. They're perfectly fine with them. So why do and not everybody feels bad about having boundaries, but why do some of us feel bad about having boundaries? Let's see if you guys know. Oh my goodness. That's a good oh, hold on, we're done. That's saying no. I say yes sometimes and I really want to say no. Like so I've gotten a lot better with saying no though. I've gotten a lot better with saying no. But it is hard. It used to be hard when I was younger. Now it's not that hard. But when I was younger, oh my goodness, it was so hard to say no. It was so hard to say no. Still got a piece of this sticker here. But yeah. Hopefully, if you struggle with saying no and it makes you feel some type of way, like it makes you feel heavy and anxious because you can't say no, then just like my boss used to tell me, because I used to, when I was younger, my boss used to tell me, no, you need to say no. Don't help anybody else. That's it. I'm like, my work is done. No, your work is done because you came to work on time, you did what you're supposed to do, and you got everything done when you were supposed to get it done. They need to do the same thing. You need to learn to say no. And so it took a while for me to actually like start to say no, but I started saying no and I felt a lot better. And it wasn't like, you're not going to be mean telling anybody no. You're just going to, no, yeah, I really can't. Like, I really just don't feel like it. Or I just don't want to do that. No. So, but it does take practice, especially for people who always want to give, who don't really want to say no. And I think it's more so of not just not wanting to say no, it's more so of like not wanting to disappoint anybody. Not wanting to, like, wanting to make people happy. And, I think that's what it has a lot to do with too. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think it has. Let me go get this off of here. I'm going to show you all. Oh, and I was doing the time lapse so that I could upload this on Instagram and TikTok. Oh, I like this one. I use my 3 favorite color combos when I'm making stuff. Pink, purple, and teal. So we're going to give this away next week. That came out really good. I really like how it came out. But the only difference is that the needle on this one isn't a satin stitch. It's like mine that I did on the jacket. If you guys didn't see the jacket I did last night, I did this jacket last night. So it's like my jacket. It's not a satin stitch because the needle is really wide, too wide for a satin stitch. And this is a sweatshirt. But it looks so good. I love how it came out. Let me take this part. Hopefully, can y'all hear them? Let me scroll down because I'm still scrolled up. Hey, Robin's Creations. The DKC. I said I'm gonna always end up feeling guilty. Yes, it's not good setting the boundaries and feeling guilty. Judy says the older that she gets, the more boundaries she sets. That's gonna be me, Judy. Like, I feel like that. Like, But sometimes it's just ridiculous. So DKC says, I'm tired of being open with people and all they do is lie. I've learned to not allow people to disrupt. Exactly. Do not let them disrupt your peace under no circumstance. And it's hard. It's hard. It is very hard. But it's very hard. But don't allow. No, you can't allow them to. And it's perfectly fine. It's okay. It is okay. Protect your peace. Yep. At any cost. I'm so far behind as always, Stacey Aver, but yes, that's on her. Dims is saying, hey to everyone. I'll put it on the screen. She's at work. Nope. That is so true. So you have to have your best interest at heart. Like you have to be the one to have your best interest at heart. Hey, Ernique. Is Elena here? Hey, Elena. Hey, Ernique. Hey, Elena. Tanyu. So Tanyu says, actually like how this one came out, y'all. It came out cute. Look. I like these colors too. I think it looks good. How much space is on there? It's a sweatshirt. It's a large sweatshirt. So telling you said I have boundaries and I don't feel guilty. Telling you I want to be you one day and not feel guilty about it. At the end of the day, I have realized that you will be stressing over trying to please, and they will be going on with their lives, and you aren't. Exactly. And they have boundaries, and they set those boundaries, and they stick by them. They stick by them, and then you're the one who you're like, oh no, it's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not. So, yep. I know Jesse's already gone. It's been 10 minutes ago, and Jesse done left. It's rather, I thought my work boundaries constantly being crossed. Eventually, the environment became too toxic for me. I drew a new boundary line between me and the workplace. I won't be going back. Oh, you drew a permanent boundary line between you two. That's when it gets to that point, But I know you retired, Miss Rosa, and you're gonna be enjoying yourself. But at the same time, like that's when it becomes like it's way too stressful. You can't it's just too much. So no, set those boundaries. Set those boundaries and protect, like everybody else is saying, like you need to protect your own sanity. You need to protect your peace. You have to. People don't have they won't give it a second thought to cross that line. So you don't need to give it a second thought to have your boundaries. And if they can't respect that, because at that point, if they can't respect your boundaries, they don't respect you. So have boundaries. Yeah, it's 131 of these things. I'm almost done though. I know y'all can't see how much more I have left. But I have a few more. I have these and then these, and then that's it. Then I'll be done. I'm not gonna stay on. Let me shut up, because every time I say I'm not gonna stay on for too long, guess what? I end up staying on for long. I do. Right, Elena, everybody wants you to set and maintain boundaries until you remind them of it. You are selfish, not a team player, and too good for them. Yes, 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 and yes. That's exactly what they're going to be saying. And you know what you have to do? You can't listen to it. You have to be okay. Just let it roll off your shoulders, because that's what they'll say. When you start saying no to people, it's not going to be, okay, I respect that. No. Oh, okay, I know that, you were up all night helping me and working on our project and doing whatever. And then the next day, I know, no, it's not going to be that. I understand that you're tired. I understand that you have a life. I understand that you have other things to do. No, they are not going to say that. But you have to be so firm in your no and unapologetic about it and be fine. Because, and for most people, like setting those boundaries, it's not that that it's not okay. It's not. It doesn't look like you just want to tell everybody no. It's not that you're looking to say no to everybody. It's not like you're looking to just not be helpful to everybody. It's not like that. But there are certain situations to where if you need to set that boundary and say no, you need to do it. Because like somebody said earlier, you're only going to be stressing yourself out. You're only going to stress yourself out. What kind of work boundaries do I set? So I only talk to a few people at work, like literally only a few people. The people y'all seeing, those are like pretty much the only people I talk to at work, outside of my boss. And so, but for the most part, in the position that I have, I often feel like I can't really be friends with a lot of the teachers. Like I can't really be friends with everybody. I'm really not trying to be friends with everybody, but I'm also trying to keep it at a level to where they know that I am an advocate inside of the school for the students. And so I don't really like to not like not like to mingle, but I do like to keep some level of separation because I'm a support facilitator for students with special needs. A lot of these students have learning disabilities, behavior disorders, and things like that. So generally, if I'm going to say something to you, especially about a student, it's going to be in writing because I need you to know how serious that is. Like, even if we have like a side conversation or something, I'm going to follow it up in writing because this is a student that we're talking about. You might have said something that I probably didn't like, and I need you to know, like, okay, following up on what you said, this is your stance, this is what we need to do, here are his accommodations, and here's, so I kind of do that. I don't really go out with anybody else except Terrell and Flip. Like, I don't hang out with anybody from work. It's really mostly work. Let's see. Oh, we're back. Hey, y'all again. We're at Stacey Aver's comments. I don't know what happened. It just started spinning. But for the most part, that's kind of like I don't really hang out with many people at work. Like, I'm at work strictly for the kids. Like, that's what I do. If you see me with anybody, you're gonna see me with the kids. If you see me having lunch with anybody outside of Terrell and Flip, I'm gonna be in the cafeteria, being in the kids' business, making sure that they're doing what they're doing, trying to find kids who aren't doing. So I don't really even have time to talk to anybody. And I probably wouldn't even be as close to Terrell and Flip as I am if they didn't work in my department. They're both special needs teachers too. And I'm not even close with the other special needs teachers. So yeah, it's about work. Like, they need to know, like, it's really about the kids for me. So that's kind of what we do. People help feel bad when they say no. Yes, Elena, feel bad. Yes. Delonda Patrice, happy Sunday. Told Peter that we all said happy Father's Day. Hey, Miss Joy. Retired crowd, I do not feel bad anymore saying no. I know. I'm trying to get, sometimes I don't feel bad. I'm perfectly fine with it. Like, yeah, no, I can't do it. So because I can't say no a lot, like before, now I'm a lot better. But Terrell will say no for me. Like, even when people come, like, they know a lot of the teachers and the clubs and sponsors. You know, I'm always doing stuff for the school. So people will come, and if it's something last minute, he'll be like, oh no, she can't do that. They're like, oh, okay, and so he'll be like, you gotta find somebody else to do it. And then sometimes Flip can do it for them, but something she can't do. So yeah. Hey, Justice Craft Therapy. Yes. Yes. I totally understand that, Naomi. I totally understand. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. That's the one that we're gonna give away in the next So Good. I think we'll probably already know. I don't know what we're gonna do. But that's the one that I'm gonna give away. That one. And then I'll keep making my jacket. Thank you. And that's the sad thing. And because they expect you to say yes all the time. They expect you to, whatever they request, they expect you to say okay. And that's so unfair. It's so unfair. And then, like, people can't get over the fact that you don't want to do it, or you can't do it, or it's a no. And then that means that you weren't my friend anyway. That means that you were only my friend because of what I could do for you. Because you know that I'm gonna say yes. That's so sad. But that's the case a lot of times. Like that is the case. But I know that doesn't make you feel good either. I punched this one out the wrong way. I meant to turn it around, but it's okay. All right, that one came off already, but that's a good one. Hey, Crafty Leo Mary. Hey, girl. Elena says, now you have more peace. I bet you do. Hey, Miss Barbara Bonaparte. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Other than that, let's see. What other babysitter I have my kids for the long evening. Oh, that's yeah. That's and I don't think people really realize that, like, that's important. Um, because you start to build relationships, like when you spend time with people, family. Like, I love my grandma. My grandma used to take, like, every weekend I was at her house. When my mom would have to come pick me up to take me home on Sunday nights, I would cry. I would boohoo cry. I would not want to go with my mom because, of course, I had a good time with my grandma. I had a better time with my grandma. And so to this day, my grandma would take me. We would go to Disney like every other month. My grandma was driving me up to Disney World, and we would hang out. I was the only grandchild, of course, for a long, very, very long time until my brother came. But we spent, and so that time, like, we've always been super, super close. Even when I got sick, my grandma was the one taking me to and from chemo treatments. So that time, there's nothing that my grandma can't do, that can't ask me, that I won't do for her. So, like, even when my family wants me to do something and they already know if they call me and ask me, it's going to be a no. It's going to be like, I don't have time. I'm not doing it because y'all going to stress me out. They have my grandma call. They have my grandma call to ask me. Hey, Mary Jamerson. Welcome. So Miss Rosin said, I didn't feel... Okay, I'm still so far behind, y'all. They felt guilty for saying we're boundaries, however, taking the high road and taking comfort in knowing that they were the one to the problem. Yes. See? See, that's not good. Because, and it's kind of like Elena said, once you start telling people no, then people start backing off. They don't want to, the friendly relationship that you thought you had, it's no longer there. So that would take a toll, because even if you say no, like me, like if I genuinely think that you're my friend and I say no, I'm not doing that, I can't do this, and then all of a sudden you start to act funny, or you like I'm gonna be looking at you a little sideways, but it also makes me feel bad. Not that, but it just makes me feel like, okay, I thought this person was my friend and clearly they are not, or they were never. So that's also a whole nother thing that you have to process. But you cannot let that stop you from creating those boundaries, because if you don't create those boundaries, you're just going to be creating more situations for people to keep doing the same things that they're doing to you, even if they don't really care for you, even if they don't really value you or the relationship that you've built. So you still have to set those boundaries. You do. You really, really do. Let's see, Miss Ernique. Hey, Ernique. And I can't believe that you've been over there playing around with the embroidery machine and you didn't even tell me that you were playing around with an embroidery machine. Girl, when I saw that, yes, I was like, oh, she keeping secrets. She not telling us everything. That she has an embroidery machine that she's been playing around with. I know you said that you borrowed an embroidery machine, but still, you didn't tell us. Like, what is going on? Like, am I that disconnected that I don't know what's going on with Ernique anymore? That's boundaries with work or certain folks. The military taught me that you need a mental break for mental health. We are on call 24 hours. Nice. You end up disliking folks. I used to try to be a people pleaser, But that never changed. It never changed. Okay, we need to talk about that. We need to talk about this. We really need to talk about this. So the end of Ernique's comment, the people, their opinion is not going to change about you. They're not going to like you anymore. They're not going to value you anymore and value what you do anymore. They're not. They are not. And that's like a hard truth that we definitely have to face. They are not. So set those boundaries. Set those boundaries and stick to them. No matter what you do. All I could say is be who you are. Be you. I follow a lot of the scriptures, so I'm me for a lot of other reasons, and there are times where I want to do the opposite or I want to go left, and sometimes I make 2 steps in the left direction. I'm not gonna tell like I'll make 2 or 3 steps in the left direction, and then eventually I'll come back and be centered again. But you need to set boundaries because people aren't going to change their thoughts of you, and you're going to like and you may not be doing it because you want people to change their thoughts of you, but I think deep down at some point you like me, like I want people to be happy. I want people to enjoy and all that stuff, but no, that's still a form of people pleasing. Like, are you happy with it? Are you happy? Are you at peace with what you're doing? Because if you're doing something for somebody else and it's causing you stress outside of your kids, and even with your kids, there has to be some limit to it. If it's causing you stress, then it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You know, yes, they're going to yes, 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 yes. Mm, 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 mm. So Miss Barbara says that she feels good after she set boundaries with her brother. She will not allow him to cross those boundaries and she can keep her personal space. Yes. Yes. It's okay. And it's like I know like earlier people were talking about, families crossing the boundaries and crossing the lines and things like that. You can create boundaries. It's you. You can create your boundaries. I had a student one time, and this is before I started working with students with learning disabilities. So I used to work with students with cognitive disabilities. I'm pretty sure y'all heard me say this 1,000 times. So I had one student, and she did not play about her personal space. She did not play about her personal space. If you came too close to her and she didn't want you to be close to her, like let's say if we're working and we're doing an assignment or so, and I have to sit and I have to help her, that's perfectly fine. She knows there's a reason that I'm sitting like here with you, or there's a reason why we're together. But don't just walk up on her and invade her personal space, because she's going to start screaming, "Personal space, please! Personal space, please!" And she will, until you move out of her personal space, she is going to continue to say that. As soon as you move out of her personal space, she's going to be fine. We have to have that alarm up too. We have to have that alarm up to where when somebody is getting ready to cross the line, when somebody is getting ready to disrespect our boundaries, we have to be able to be like, no, 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 no. As many times as she said personal space, she would say it until they moved away. That's how many times you got to say no, because people will try you. Even the first time after you set those boundaries, they're not going to take you serious. They're not going to believe you. You have to stand firm on it. And the minute that you waver, they're going to be like, okay, she's not really about that. She's okay. We can still get her to do whatever. Or she could do. No, stand firm on those boundaries. If you have to say no a lot of times, and that second time you say no, you may feel bad, like, oh my God, maybe they really need me to do this, or maybe they really need this, or maybe I need to. No, no. I'm not telling you to say no for everything, but you know your boundaries. You know what you like and what you don't like. So set those boundaries. I'm so far behind as usual. I'm missing some good comments. I'll be right back. Let me pull. I need to put this through. I only cut out two. I think I can't tell like where I'm ending. I'm not cutting these off yet because yep, we're good right there. I'm not cutting it off because I just want to create a roll of the template. I can see the line very faintly. All right, sorry y'all. And I'm so sorry. I'm so far behind. Hello, Sylvia Jenkins. Small fiery morns. Some small fiery people at work are not your friends. They're coworkers because when it comes down to it, to you or them, trust me, it's them all the time. All they will throw you under the bus quick. I'm telling you, that's why I got to get. I like to have my. I like to have a paper trail. I like to have a paper trail because if something happens, especially like dealing with like the population that I work with, a lot of stuff that we do, like there's a lot of legalities involved, and so I need to make sure that all my T's and I's are crossed. And yeah, no, they will. Radiant Rose. Am I still frozen? I hope I'm not frozen. Radiant Rose, I started setting boundaries when I realized I couldn't get help when I needed it, but everyone expected me to be. Oh my goodness, that is the worst. And that is not a good feeling. That is not a good feeling at all. It's not a good feeling at all. When you are the one, when you help everybody, but then when it's time for you to for them to help you, it's like a they have their boundaries. They have their boundaries, and they're not gonna falter. They're gonna stay true to their boundaries. That is not a good feeling, especially like when you're helpful. And most people who are helpful, like most people who like to help, they really don't like to ask for help or they don't like to seek out help. But when you do need the help and to get the no or you get the wall put up in front of you, that is not a good feeling. It's not. Hey, Miss Scale. Hey, D. Smith. Yes. Keep work email or work journal is better than the email to your personal email address. Yes. Yes. That was so hard for me that was so hard for me at one point. That was so hard. And generally, like when I worked at the newspaper, nothing ever was like we always had to there was always something. The production team may be calling if I had like ads that I had to run and something was wrong with the ads or the advertising agency didn't send the artwork and now I'm going back to the job because that part of the paper or that print is holding up the paper from being published. And if I don't come, they're just going to publish the newspaper without it. So I kind of very early on, and wasn't really a good habit, like it worked, like I was never able to just leave work at work. Like it was always like in the newspaper at that time, the newspapers were still pretty big. Like it was no, it was no, okay, that was it. I'm done for the day. No, it was never. But that's very important. Now, even though y'all know I love my kids, But now I still like I have those. Like I don't open up my work email on the weekends. I don't open up the work email after 2:30. Like I'm not gonna open after I'm done, I'm not opening up the work email. Like I'll open it up the next morning and that's it. Um I used to be really bad about too, like if somebody would call me while I was at work, like while I was home, let's say I'm on vacation or just not going in for the day, and somebody would call me about something work related, I would go in and oh, okay, I got you. Let me go do it from here. I can do it. I got my computer. I don't do that anymore. That's you have to set those boundaries. No. And at first, like I would wonder, like I would be in amazement at like why people, you'll see like a boss call somebody and they're like, "Oh no, I'm not at work today. No, I'll talk to you tomorrow." Like they'll cut it off really quick. Like that's it. And I'd be like, "Oh my god, why would they do that? Like you can't answer one question. No, you can't answer one question. No, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about anything work related." But y'all know if it depends for me sometimes though, it's so hypocritical. It depends on who calls me though. Because sometimes I will call to check on, like let's say if I'm out for a few days, I'll call to check on some of the kids. Only because like especially the ones who have like certain behaviors and I know that I'm their person, I'll call to check on them. So luckily, anybody like any of my kids that are really, really high needs where like it's a behavior thing or they need certain accommodations that's not done inside of the classroom, or I've given them accommodations that's not even on their IEP and I just make sure that they're okay. I have to be thankful because Terrell will make sure when I'm not there, him and Flip, they'll make sure that okay, they're gonna be taken care of. Or Terrell will call me, "I got your children in my classroom, like, and they doing X, Y, and Z." And he was like, "I'm gonna put you on speakerphone. Can you talk to them?" And so generally that's kind of that will happen occasionally now, but they're the only ones who could call me and tell me anything about outside of that. And I do that because they're doing me a favor. I just don't want my kids to get in trouble over something very minute. That's how I feel. All right. It's cutting away. I'm going to scroll down because I've missed too much. I'm so far behind as usual. So my friends all know that if I say yes about going someplace, then I'm not gonna go. And they'll be like, "Papa, you're not going." And so now because everybody knows that, all I have to do is they know I'm like, I'm not gonna go, but I'll send a gift. I'm not gonna go, but I'll do whatever. What do you need? But I'm not gonna go because I already don't like driving. I don't like driving at night. It's like just like a lot of things. So yeah, Judy, I'm like that too. Like no. Now I'm fine with saying no to going someplace. Yes. Yes, that is true. That is very, very true. I'm just on Twitter. Yes, Jess, it is. It's the one for the bling box. It's hold on. So it's the bling box design this month. I don't even think I shared it in the group. It's still summer themed, right? But there's no text because I didn't want to limit. So the design that we had for June, it says summer loving, and it's okay for the beginning of summer and everything. And I really love that design, but you can't wear that in the winter. Let's say you decide to go to a tropical island in the winter. You could take this shirt because it doesn't say anything about summer on it. And it just has it's like a 4-layer design. It has some shades. It has some water. It has a little bit of sunshine. Let's see, a little bit of sunshine, and then it has a little bit of trees. So if I put something, I might put maybe like sunshades and I don't know, splashes. I don't know. I don't know if I did, but I think we just may go with visual. So that's what I'm cutting. So I usually have both cutters going at the same time, but I just have Romeo cutting away today. Uh, um, and that's something Tisha instilled something into you that you still do to this day. Same thing with my grandma. My grandma used to craft. Like my grandma had like a whole shop of crafts. Like she used to do the balloons, the stuffed balloons, like how Miss Merlinda and Crafty Leo Mary did that on that live. And I said I was gonna buy me a machine to do it. Like that would just she would just love to see me stuffing some balloons. But she used to do like the stuffed balloons. She used to also go and do like event planning stuff where she did a lot of the proms here locally. Like she would go and set up the halls for the proms or the hotels for the proms. So she did a lot of that. And so that's just something that like. I learned a lot of this stuff from her, like a lot of crafting or just the love, like the type of crafting that I do. Like she always tells people, like, "Oh, well, no, she took it to another level." That's what she says. But I learned so much from her and just seeing her be creative and following in that plan that she had. I found that the, the most sensitive people are also very insensitive. And they do not care. They do not care about hurting others. It is so true. They don't. That is so true. Y'all have to pay attention to like what's going on around you and people and how they operate. That is so true. Hey, Denzel. Hey, Luis. I'm trying to scroll down, y'all. Yep. Let me set through. Okay, so but that's like sometimes having like that realistic conversation with yourself just to actually like that is needed because when you don't face the reality of the situation, you're just going to stay in the same position that you're in and they're going to continue to do the same things that they're doing. So you just kind of have to face the facts. You have to face reality and not just face it. You have to accept it. You have to accept it. So a lot of my problem, like for me, like I would feel bad because like more so more taking it more personal than what I really should take it personal because then I feel like, well, you allowed them to do that to you, or it's your fault that they're doing this or that they did this, or it's your fault. But you just have to stop, face the reality, face that. You know what? I went into this situation, or I went into this new friendship or relationship or whatever with a good heart, with an open mind, and I did not have other motives, but they did. But you have to be able to move on, forgive yourself, and let them just go. You can, like somebody said earlier, you can love people at a distance. They don't have to be in your personal space. You can love them from a distance. Okay? But and don't blame yourself. You cannot control what other people are doing, but you can control to some degree what you allow other people to do to you. So that's where the boundaries come in. Hey, Marta. Welcome in. Hey, Miss Janita. Thank you. Love conquers all. It does. Hey, Sharon Jordan. 100%. She was absolutely correct. Miss Gail said this topic is why I retired. You sound like Miss Roslyn, Miss Gail. You sound just like Miss Roslyn. Miss Roslyn said the same thing. This is a reason for walking away. Yes. It is a reason for walking away. Definitely. Or just like, sometimes you just get missing. Like, oh, you just won't see me again. Like, yep. Oh, what happened? Now, that has happened before. Like, I would usually like get missing. Like, I'll just go ahead and bow out. You know what? This situation is not going to get better. Their expectations are ridiculous. They're not helpful. They're not, doing it. And so Yeah. But at the same time, like, no, you can face it, and you can give people a no. I'm not doing it. This is not, this is not what I expected. Especially if it's something, if you go into something and you're expecting one thing and it's something completely different, it's okay. It's okay to say, no, I'm gonna bow out. This wasn't what I expected. Or you show up at a venue and they tell you that you're gonna be working with 15 kids, and you get there and you're working with 35 kids. Yeah, no. That's not gonna happen. That happened to me last year. That's kind of like, y'all know I was working with the YMCA. That happened to us last year. And at that point, it's like, you only booked me for 2 hours and you want me to create a craft with 35 kids in 2 hours. That's not gonna happen, because it was only two between me, Terrell, and Flip. It was maybe three of us, sometimes two of us. But that's not gonna happen. And this is not what I signed up for. And so they're looking at me like, oh, well, it's okay. Can you just do it or whatever? No, I can't. And I'm leaving. And I'm not staying. I'm not staying here. And then they were like, oh, no, you can't leave. Yes, I can. I'm not doing it, because it's unrealistic. It's going to cause me drama and stress, and I can't do it. So there were 2 times last year that I left and they had to rebook the time with me, because I showed up and it was not what we discussed. It was not what, and could I have made it work? Probably, but I was going to be there for more than 2 hours, and no. So part of my reason, like this year, I didn't even want to be bothered with this year. And they were like, oh, well, are you going to do it at your school? And I'm like, So I'll be at the school, but you have to, even if that means walking away from money, even if that means walking away from money, you have to protect yourself. You have to stick to those boundaries. You have to. It's okay. Trust me. More business will come. You're not going to be losing out on a whole bunch. More business will come. And you want people who respect your business anyway. You want people who respect your business, because if they don't, like, no, you don't want to deal with that type of drama either. Stacey said, I'm going to lie. I went from working with a bunch of people my own age and left the department and went to the tech department. I work with. Oh my goodness. It's so, this is, I think if I worked with, I think if I had to spend most of my time with adults throughout the day, I wouldn't be able to do it. At this point in my life, like, I wouldn't be able to do it if I had to spend most of my time with adults. Like, I don't want to hear about the drama. I don't want to hear, I don't care what time Susie came in. I don't care if she came in late. I don't care if she left early. I honestly do not care. I don't care. As long as what she's doing is not impacting me and my job, let Susie be Susie. Like, no, I don't have time for it. Now, I am gonna miss my work partner because she has to go to another school. I am gonna miss her because we did work pretty good together, but also she knew to give me my own, like, we needed space. Like, we used to be in a classroom together last year, and then this year, for the beginning, I was just like, I need my own space. Like, I can't. So we were able to get 2 separate classrooms. Luckily, she didn't take it too personal. She told me she understood. It really was nothing personal. I absolutely love her, but it really was nothing personal. I just needed my own space. Like, I couldn't do it. And I knew that if I was forced in that situation, it was only going to stress me out, and I was only going to react in a way that I did not want to react. So in order to prevent that, I had to say, you know what? Okay, this is where I draw the line. I did it last year. I can't do it next year. So, and I think we got along before, but I think it was a lot better this year. So that is true. Yes. Yes, Sharon Jordan. You are so right. You are so right. Oh, Elena. Oh, that's what Delonda did. Well, she said that like 30 minutes ago because I'm so far behind. I want to scroll down, but some of your comments are so good. Some of your comments are so good. Oh, Nikki, sorry. I think I showed it. You might have seen already. I'm behind, but this is, it just says love conquers all. I think I made this around Valentine's. I did it in one of the classes that we did. One of the bling classes, I think the beginner class. But I love this design too. I haven't worn it. It's my first time wearing it. Maybe my second time wearing it. I think my second time wearing it. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Hey, Evie. Hey, Eve. Are you coming on tonight, Evie? I would ask you what you're doing, but I'll let it be a surprise tonight. I don't want to blow your surprise of what you're doing. But hey, girl. Hold on, y'all. Where's Miss Sharon Davenport? Because if anything, Miss Sharon Davenport is going to make sure that I stay on task and get these done. Miss Sharon Davenport is going to make sure that I do what I need to do. All right, let's scroll down some because I'm so far behind. No is a complete sentence. So let's talk about this. No is a complete sentence. So meaning you don't have to give a reason behind saying no. You don't have to. No, because I gotta take Taylor to ballet, and I'm not gonna be. No, because do you think you giving your excuse or your reason from the time you said no, they weren't listening anymore. They weren't listening. They were not listening anymore. And do you think that they really even care about the reason why you said no? There are some cases where you may feel like, let me explain. Like, I really want to do it. I planned on doing it, or I thought I could do it, or I want, but I'm just not going to be able to do it because it's, the timing is horrible. There may be some people where you feel like, you want to say that, but in general, no is everything that you need to say. Because depending on who it is, like if you're dealing with somebody who is ungrateful, doesn't care what you have going on, then they don't care about the excuse. They don't care about the reason behind why you're saying no. So you have to be okay with saying no. And I'm not just telling y'all that. I'm not just, listen, these talks that we have is not just for y'all. It's for me too. It is for all of us. It is definitely for all of us. So don't be afraid to say no. And it's okay. And if somebody really cares about you and they really value you and your relationship, your friendship, whatever, when you say no, it's not going to change the dynamics of your relationship. It's not going to change. So they have to respect it. Naomi's already gone to pick up dinner. No worries, Naomi. I hope you're driving safe. So, Miss Barbara Bonaparte. It was hard to set boundaries with brother because he was all the family I have, but I would rather be alone than to be taken advantage of. Yes. Yes. And that's hard too. That's hard too because sometimes and it's not just about like pleasing people, but sometimes we're saying yes for our own selves, for our own comfort, just to know that we have somebody, or just to know that, even though they're not doing anything for you, but the fact that, you have them, they're in your space, you can see them, you still feel the love, or you love them, and they probably do love you, but some people aren't really capable of like reciprocating the same love that you give out or you dish out. But definitely, I can see that being like a major factor in why people sometimes lower their guards, lower their boundaries, and accept things that generally they wouldn't accept from other people. So I totally understand that, Miss Barbara Bonaparte. Totally understand. hmm I'm trying to scroll down. Hey, Marta. Hey, girl. How many hours does it take you to cut for the bling boxes? Oh, Stacy. It depends on the. So it really depends on the designs. So depending on the designs and what I have going on, mm, I don't even know. I need to record the amount of time that it takes to do them. So right now, that's like four designs printing right there. So I usually do like about 20 a day when I start printing, 20 a day. And so for this month, Terrell was supposed to help with cutting because he has a Caesar Romeo. He was supposed to do cutting, but I don't even want to send him the design. He be a little shady and shicey sometimes. You gotta know. I had to set that boundary. I'm not sending you the design because I don't know what you got going on with your little self. So I'm just cutting them out. But I usually do like 20 a day. And that's just me starting it and going. When I would go to work, I would start the machine and let it cut like in the morning time. And then, but I messed up a few doing it that way. So I just wait now until I come home. Like I usually wake up like about 5 o'clock. And so I can get some stuff cut out then. And then by the time I leave for work, it's done cutting, what I needed to cut out. And then when I come home, I'll just restart it. It does take time. It takes a lot of time. It does. It really does. But I love it. I love doing it. So it's all good. Stacy, I'm so glad you reminded me. I still didn't order the book. I need to get it. I need to get it today. I wonder if it's at Barnes and Nobles, I can pick it up because I can read it on my car ride with Tay. I can read it and see. So, oh, the Midnight Library. Is that by Frida too? Look at me saying Frida like I know Frida. The Midnight Library. I'm saying her name like I know her. I don't know her. Is that designed for the August green box? Camry, it's for the July. For the July. So I still wanted it to have like a tropical type of theme, but I did not want it to say that because I wanted to be able to be worn outside of summer, or at least not say summer on it. Hey, Rondria. Hey, Miss Sharon DeBerry. Hey, Fern Griffin. Welcome. It's a book, The Midnight. What was that book again? The Midnight. I'm gonna have to type it in. I'm gonna have to find it. Hopefully Delonda will set up the Midnight Library. Hopefully Delonda will set up a book club for us. Like a virtual book club. I love discussing books and what happened in the book. Taylor and I used to do book clubs when she was a lot younger. So she used to be a part of a book club with her friends, and I would be a book club with the parents. Like we had a kid version of the book club and the adult version of the book club. So we did that. And then another one of my good friends, Kim, she's been in the book club for years and years and years, and she's always tried to get me to go, to participate. But I just couldn't find the time, to really commit to it. Oh, Stacy. Yes. I'm trying to scroll. I'm trying to read some of these comments are so good. So Sylvia said she retired because of the parents. She had a daycare. You didn't retire because of the kids, right? You retired because of the parents. because of the parents. That's so sad. That is so sad. Because sometimes it's just like, I had a parent who missed a parent-teacher conference, right? They set up a parent-teacher conference for her, and she missed the parent-teacher conference. And she complained because she didn't know, oh, I didn't know that my son was failing. You didn't show up. You're a no-show for the parent-teacher conference, for one. For two, all grades are online. Like, you can see the grades. Then you had teachers emailing you about your child and about what was going on and about them trying to help. And it was so bad. I was so ashamed for her. She didn't have no shame, but I was ashamed for her. She had no shame. None. And it's like, that was not correct. That was not the right thing to do. It was not the right thing to do. Oh, Marta. And that's what a lot of people, we already saw Miss Rosalind. Who else retired because of that? Somebody else said they retired because of Miss Gail, because of the work drama. It was just too much. And so they retired too because of the work drama. And so I am a believer, even though Terrell and Flip, I consider Terrell and Flip my friends. When I tell you they will look out, they will look out. Like, just not even just outside of work, right? Because I'm a single girl with my daughter, and they will look out for me. Like, if something goes wrong in my house, like, Terrell knows somebody who can fix any and everything. Like, I have a few people who I can fix, but if it's something that's major, but listen, out of nowhere, my window just exploded, and I can't be in this house with this window like this. Guess what? They will make sure that I have somebody reliable who can come over and to help me out. Those are two, like, and I don't really, y'all see I don't hang out much. If I want to hang out with my best friend, I gotta go all the way to New York. If I want to hang out with my student, I gotta go all the way to Houston. But I don't really have, like, I hang out with you guys because it's less drama. Generally, it's less drama hanging out with y'all, but sometimes it be drama hanging out with y'all. I'm just gonna say that. I just had to put that out there because I find myself having to create boundaries, and I don't like that. I feel forced to making boundaries in this area, but this is usually my safe haven. This is usually my place to go to for relaxation and to make beautiful things with y'all. But I can see I don't have much. No. And the friends that I do have, like other friends that I have that isn't my best friend in New York, not Trill and Flip, Fifi. But outside of that, my other friends are my friends. I see them occasionally. We may talk every few months. Yeah. So it's not good. So you do need to there does need to be like some level of, this is work and we're not going to cross that line. Totally think that. Thanks, Nikki. I'm kind of caught up. Oh, Stacy. Well, I did see your shirt, Stacy, and I think it looked really good. I did see it, but I hope you feel better. Yes, the house, and it is good. I finished it in like 2 days. I gotta get part 2 because I have not ordered part 2 yet. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and order part 2 and 3. Somebody did read part 2 and 3 already. Is it still the same person? Is it still the same man, or is it different? Because at the end of part 1, that kind of was a clue, a little bit. It was a little bit of a clue. Hey, Roxanne. So Miss Roxanne said if her kids tell her all the time, if they don't treat you right, then you need to walk. Yes. If you are not your friends and don't care what you have going on in your life, let them go. And that is so true. So true. That's like I was telling you the other week about somebody calling me right before the live, and I'm like, before the live, y'all, I have to clean up the space. I have to go brush my teeth. Dempsey's been on the phone with me, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get ready for the live. I literally gotta go brush the teeth. Sometimes I gotta take a shower. I gotta fix my hair. I gotta make sure my lips not ashy. Put on some lip gloss. Then I gotta come in here and clean up and do, so like I use right before a live, like I'm usually like going. And so some people already know, like, okay, she's gonna spaz out if I call her. But you have some people who know that I'm gonna spaz out, but they don't care. And they still call. And they still, right before the live, like, that I go live on Tuesdays and Fridays. Not to call me. Like, we've had this, and before I spaz out, I'm gonna have a call. I'm gonna have a talk. Like, I'm about to go live, right? Oh yeah, I know you're about to go live, but that's usually why I'm late a lot of times when I'm coming on the live. Like, originally I used to start at 7, then 7:30, and then now it's just like, okay, because somebody is going to call me, and then it takes me a minute to kind of like get my mind back on track to what I need to do. I know some people don't operate like that, but I operate like that. Like, in the morning before I go to work, I have to have that time in the morning for me to be in the car, for me to sing my worship songs, do a little devotional, pray. Like, I have to have that time. And so if you call me in the morning, I get up maybe like at 5 o'clock. If you call me on my drive to work, and and it's not an emergency now. If it's an emergency, I understand. But if it's not an emergency, why you calling me? Why you calling me? 5 o'clock in the morning. I had a parent one time, like, something happened, and it was like a whole crazy thing, and she sent me an email about, oh, can you call me? And when it was like 5 o'clock. That's like, maybe it wasn't 5 o'clock. It was maybe like 6 o'clock. I don't start until 7:05. That is my work time. My work hours is 7:05 to 2:35. Okay, 6. But she really thought that she was gonna get an immediate response at 6 o'clock. No. And so she's like, oh, because I it's something I need to do this with him and that. I said just like this. I said, well, we don't start until 7:05, and we don't accept kids until 7:25, 7:30. That's contractually, those are my times. Anytime between 7:05 and 7:25, 7:30, that's my planning time. So generally, and it's my fault, I don't really stick to that, because 7:05, I'm usually going to be out and about with the students. I'm going to be in the front of the school saying hey to the kids as they come in. I'm going to be helping Terrell walk some of our special needs students into the cafeteria. I'm going to be kind of, I'm going to be a little bit busy, and that's how I spend my planning time. But what you're not going to do is, you're not going to email me at 6 o'clock and then expect me to jump and do all this stuff between 6 and 7:05. Girl, you got to wait until I clock in. No. And I don't think that's unreasonable. But it is unreasonable to think that, I'm supposed to do that. That's not fair. Okay. I have the book written down, so I'll remember. Kelly, the last day for the July box is, it's already over. It was the 10th, but I might actually have like 3 extra boxes. I think I may have 3 extra boxes. So I'll let you know. Okay. You may have to just send me an email to remind me, because my brain is sometimes a little bit all over the place. A lot of times all over the place. A lot of times. Most times it's all over the place. Oh, yo, I had a vegan taco today. It was so good. It was really good. From this place here. And they sell mostly vegan foods. I usually order stuff from them, but this is the first time that I got the tacos. And it was so good. Now, is it Nile that does plant-based eating? Nile, is it you that do it? I don't even know if Nile is here. I think she is. Thank you. See, I love y'all. The colors in this t-shirt, it is Violet Volcano, Magenta, Volcano Chrome, and icicles. That looks like icicles at the bottom. So Volcano Chrome for the outline. The top is magenta. The bottom is Violet Volcano. And then Conquers All is icicles. Okay. Yes, please, Londa. Londa Patrice. We need, yes. I would definitely participate in it. I would definitely participate in it. I think that would be awesome. So please let me know how I can help. Meaning suggest some books. You know, things like that. But let me know. I would love that. Love it. I agree. So if she does do a book club and you guys join it, please. I love discussing the books. So we would have to see how that. Oh, I can't wait. But just know, like, that is an expectation of the book club. Those are our boundaries. You have to read the book. If you don't read the book, then you gotta go. I mean, there are circumstances that things happen and stuff like that. I totally get it, but you have to read the book. I think a month is a good amount of time. I think a month is a great amount of time for us to get the book, you read it, and that's that, right? And we discuss it. We have a meeting date. I think that would be perfect. A month is a good time. A month is good. It usually takes me a lot less time to read a book, especially if it's a good book. I am going to breeze through it, but just know you can actually read the book, or you can do an audiobook. If reading isn't your thing, you can listen to the audiobook. So, and you're still going to get the entire story. I think that would be awesome. Considering I already have a house in Houston, that is a good time frame. This is my relaxing time. So I'm watching it. Me too. Marta. Me too. I think that's why I love it so. Like, I love coming on. I love talking to everybody. I love making things with you guys. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's relaxing. It's stress-free. I love it. Hey, Barb. Hey, Barb. Happy Sunday. I don't have many goals. My only goal this week is to stay sane while I get Taylor situated and settled. But I also want to, while I'm away, I also want to do a daily walk. So like how I get on my Peloton for 10-15 minutes. And honestly, y'all, I think it's time for me to change that. I need to do the Peloton daily but I need to increase the amount of time because I'm not getting tired anymore. And I know, like, it's like, oh, I did it. And I'm checking it off my list that I did it, but I need to do a little bit more. So I think I'm going to move up to 30 minutes a day on the Peloton. That's going to be my other goal. But I also want to do a daily walk while I'm getting Taylor settled into her new adventure. That's what I want to do. Yes. Oh, Miss Linda. Miss Linda Gray said she's interested in the book club. She needs accountability to make her read. I love to read, but I've not been making myself find time. Yes, 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 yes. I think that's for a lot of us too. So I always, okay, so before, imagine it being the opposite. Imagine, like, for me, it was mostly reading and then crafting on the side. Like, I always had a book in my hand. Like, when my mom, it was so weird growing up. Like, when she wanted to punish me or something, it was put that book down. You can't read. And it's like, it does not make any sense. It didn't make any sense, but that's how, because that's one thing that she knew that I loved doing was to read. So I was literally punished. Oh, you're not going to, at that time, it wasn't Barnes and Noble. Do you guys remember Walden Books? I don't know if they even still have Walden Books around, but it was Walden Books at that time that was in most of our malls here. And so I would go into Walden Books. I would go find me a corner when my mom would go shopping. I would run into the bookstore, and she would actually, back then, I don't know how safe it was, but she also knew that I was not going with anybody because I was scared of her and I was not going to get up and move. So I would go run, grab me a book, and sit in the corner of the bookstore and read books in the bookstore. And then by the time she came back, I already had the books that I wanted to buy. But I also had already, like, went through several books while I was in the bookstore because my mom liked to shop a lot. So I used to be like books, and then I would make things. Right now, it flipped around to where I'm constantly making things, and then occasionally I'll go grab a book to read. So it kind of flipped around for me. Sure do. I sure do. I got to be smelling good for myself in the front of y'all. Can y'all imagine? I'm on live and we're doing something. I'm like, what? What's that smell? Then my face is all frowned up because something smells. No. I need to get it right. Stacy, I can smell me. I gotta get right. And that one time I had like something in my nose and Dims called me. I can count on Dims and Delonda to blow my phone up if something is wrong. If something looks a little weird, something's a little shady, something a little shaky, they're going. And it was one time, I don't know what I had in my Dims called me. She was like, go check the left nostril, far right corner, and like something like that. Yes, y'all need friends like that too. I just want to let y'all know, y'all need friends who are gonna call you. And the thing is that you can't take it personal. Now I know we're talking about boundaries, but you also have to know when you have people who are in your corner, people who are rooting for you, and you have to be able to take what they tell you constructively. You cannot take it personal. You will know who's in your corner. You will know who has your best interest at heart. And sometimes we get mad with the people who are really in our corner because guess what? They said something that we don't really like. And it might be true. You're just not really being receptive to it, right? But it might be 100% true. But you're just not listening to it because who do they think they are? How dare they say that to me? Why would they say that? No, you need to be thankful for those people who will get you together or who will say something to you that you feel like, oh, why would they say something like that to me? That means you're looking out for me. When I'm not necessarily looking out for myself, or I don't know that I should be looking out for myself, you're looking out for me. So you have some people, you will know if somebody is coming to you and they're disguising themselves as somebody who cares about you and they're looking out for you, but you can decipher that. You can tell. So I just want to let y'all know that too. You gotta have your boundaries, but you also have to be willing to listen to those people who are in your corner and who have your best interest at heart, who want to see you excel, succeed, who want to see you live your best peaceful life. Don't ignore them, okay? Or don't kick them to the curb, because if you have a real friend, they're not going to tell you everything that you like. I always tell people all the time, my biggest thing is, if we're friends or we have some type of relationship with each other and you only tell me the good, you only tell me, like, every time we talk to each other, you only tell me the good. Like, when I have advice, your advice is like mine every single time. Like, you suggest the same thing that I'm going to suggest every single time. Nobody does that. Nobody has the same opinion. Nobody. Like, sometimes we have the same opinion on some things, but like the same opinion on every single thing, those aren't your people. Those aren't your people. Like, I can't. So you have to know the difference. So if somebody's always agreeing with everything you do, because let me tell you something, everything you do is not right. Everything I do is not always correct. So if somebody's always agreeing with you, and then you did something a little bit messy or shady, and then they're agreeing with you, that you gotta have the people who will say, "No, sis, that's not correct," or "I wouldn't have did it like that. Maybe I would have said it this way." No, you are 100% right in how you feel about this situation, but maybe the way that you responded might not have been correct, or tone it down a little bit, or sometimes you might need that friend that says, "Girl, go for it all," because they need the business. They need to get it. You need to. So sometimes you have to, like, most of the times that's what my friends tell me, because I'm just like, I'm gonna let it slide. I have friends like, don't let that slide. Don't let it slide. So okay. So I just wanted to get that out there too. Hey, man, I asked MC Boo about you. I hope you're still here. I asked MC Boo about you the other day. She told me that you've been busy. You've had a lot of things to do. But hey, girl. Yes. And then after I push the button, it's on. Yeah. It is what it is. Like, you got to show up at that point. Like me. like me. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Creative notions, and I don't usually keep my phone on me. So, like, when I'm in a live, like, now I have the phone right here just in case something goes wrong. But I do know from now on I'm gonna have to keep my phone with me at all times, because Taylor's gonna be away, and she has already warned me that I'm the parent should be the one threatening the child and warning the child that if I call you and you don't answer the phone, it's gonna be a problem. No. She's like, Mom, because I think she's getting a little bit nervous. I think she started to get a little bit nervous. She looks fine, but I can kind of tell, like, when she starts to do certain things, she's not really clingy to me. She's more clingy to her dad. But lately she's been a little bit more clingy, like super sweet. So I know that she's probably just, a little bit nervous or scared. But she was like, you better keep her phone on you, because I'm going to be calling you every day. And she says that now, but I know when she gets there and she starts to meet people and stuff like that, she's probably not going to be thinking about me like that. But she's already warned me, like, you better make sure that you have your phone. And you better, and because she knows that I won't have the phone. And it's usually fine because we're in the house together. Like, my family will call her if they're trying to reach me, or my friends. Only one of my friends have her phone number, Fifi. They will call her if they're trying to reach me, and she'll be like, Mom, Where's your phone? Grandma's calling you or Nana's calling you. And so I'm like, don't worry, girl. I'm going to have this phone glued to my hip. I'm going to have it glued to my hip. Exactly. But people think that their emergency is your emergency. They think that their emergency is your emergency. And sometimes I'm totally fine in some situations. Like, I'm not doing nothing, like, whatever, hey, you think you go pick up this from the store for me? If I'm not doing nothing, but it's rare that I'm not doing anything. But it's those same people that if you need something to be picked up from the store, you can't call them because they just got so much to do. They can't do it. So, just drama. Exactly. I don't like drama either. Like when Taylor, like, with kid stuff, like, usually and I always tell her, she'll come to me and she's like, also, I'm like, is it drama? Because I don't have the capacity. Are you okay? Like, what's no drama? This is oh no, it's no drama. So she already knows, like, girl, you better say, I don't want to deal with any drama. You shouldn't want to deal with drama either. It's unnecessary. It is unnecessary. Kelly, so the email is send it to Patrice at Craftable Things, please, to remind me. That's the email. Patrice at craftablethings.com. Thank you. All right. So let me see. Yes, the book club. So we have a lot of people on board for the book club. Yes. Yes. I'm scrolling down. If it's on Audible, I'm in. So I think, Delonda, you read The Housemaid on Audible, right? Or I don't know if it's on Audible, but it's on Audible, I think. I think so. What kind of book clubs? What kind of books do you read in the book club? So we haven't started yet. I don't know. Delonda's gonna decide, but I know this last book was more so of a mystery thriller drama type of book. It wasn't really a thriller, more so mystery. It was just so many turns. Like, my emotions about all the characters changed from chapter to chapter. It changed from chapter, and I really wasn't prepared for the end of the book because I kind of had my mind made up. And usually, like, I'm a little more open-minded when reading books, and I can really figure out things from the very beginning. I didn't figure that out. I did not figure it out. We have quite a few people who would like to be in the book club, Delonda. We have quite a few people. The book and the discussions. Okay, so will that be how it works? So you're going to start the book club, maybe, possibly, hopefully. I'm surprised there's no Apple reactions to, like, fingers crossed. I guess I can't tell that, but never mind. So you'll start it, but then whoever, like, somebody will host it, kind of thing. I think that's going to be so cool. I think it's going to be great. Okay, so nothing over 400 pages. Cool. Yes. Yeah, Kelly, send me an email to remind me, because I know we may probably have 3 extra boxes. So I think I bought like 3 extra things, like sets for the boxes. So just let me know. Send me an email so I'll remember. Because if not, I'm not gonna remember. I'm not gonna remember at all. Hey, Mama Bye, welcome in. Barb, I'm trying to. So, Barb, I'm gonna have to, that. That's why that's the only thing that I can focus on this week. So outside of getting the templates cut out, some today, some Monday, some Tuesday, and if I get back on Sunday, then I'll resume whatever else I need to do. But outside of that, I really just need, and I have some shirts I need to do tomorrow. So tomorrow and Tuesday I'm going to be working. But outside of that, like I just need to prepare my mind, be okay with this big change for the both of us. It's gonna be so weird her not being home with me. So we'll see. But I gotta stay sane, and I don't want her. I'm trying not to worry her. Like I don't want her to feel like like I'm sad. So I'm just trying to keep myself together until I leave from there. So I don't want her to think that I'm sad. I don't want her to, feel bad because I want her to live her life and I want her to do what she wants to do with her life. Yes, Fern, let's do it. Yes, definitely. See, we have a lot of book readers here. Miss Joy. Disability and reading always been help me. I don't know how I got 2 masters. That's hard work. It's hard. It's hard work. I haven't seen it yet. Since I'm so far behind. I'm so far behind. So, Miss Joy, that's because that took a lot of work and you didn't let that stop you. So that's called determination. That's how you did it. That's called determination. And just pushing through all the barriers. That's what that is. You should be very proud of your accomplishments. Okay. Miss Candy remembers Walden's. Miss Patricia remembers Walden's. Yes. Miss Linda Gray. You better not put the line in the group chat. Oh no. I'm so far behind. Listen. And she will call me. I appreciate those things because sometimes you don't like. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't looking at the camera, and she was just like, "I have to step away for a second. Go handle that." Nobody in the chat, nobody in the live knew why I stepped away from the camera for a minute, but I had to step away from the camera for a second. Yes. So now, awesome, Mama. Bye. Oh, you can't tell me you're my friend and you don't tell me. You cannot tell me you my friend. Like Terrell be like, I gotta tell you something. You gonna be mad at me? I'm like, no. Like what? Like I'm not gonna be. If you are my friend and you have me standing up there looking disheveled, looking a mess, something is wrong, and you don't tell me, that's not acceptable. That means you're not my friend. Because if I see something wrong with somebody that I'm friends with, even if somebody I'm not even friends with, you have something. Sometimes you go out to eat, you may have a little pepper that gets stuck in your teeth, and you just like, hey, I got pepper stuck in. You got something? Just check here. I'll be like, check right here. Like do it discreetly. You don't have to call people out, but do it discreetly. Like even my kids, my students, I'm like, you put on deodorant today? Because what did you put on deodorant today? Sometimes, and honestly, sometimes I get one student was like, I don't have any deodorant. And I'm like, I got some in the closet. When everybody leaves, you just stay over here and go get it out of the closet and go to the bathroom and you keep the deodorant. Because I would have like a whole. That's the one thing. Like with me and Burley, like we have all types of toiletries and everything inside the classroom, toothbrushes, toothpaste, all types of stuff like that we have in there for the kids who may need it. Because it really is a thing, and they need it. So my kids already know Miss Wilson is going to. You brush your teeth today? But like you have to say it really like I'm not trying to embarrass them. I'm never gonna say it out loud. Nobody's ever gonna know the conversation that we're having, and my kids usually know. And it's to the point now to where they'll come to me and they'll look for that stuff. They know I have mouthwash. I have everything in my classroom. They'll come to me before like if nobody's in there first thing in the morning. Miss Wilson, you got some deodorant? Or Miss Wilson, I need to use your bathroom. Go ahead. I have toiletries for the girls. I have whatever they need. They can use it. But I'm gonna tell them like if they because I don't want to smell that. You need to go to the bathroom. Like you need more than just deodorant. You need to clean under those arms first. And so they can't tell. They cannot tell. Let me see. No. Summer program at my college school, having my house graduation was the best thing my mother made me do. Oh, you were left at the time. Nikki, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying that and making me feel a little bit better. Thank you. Because I was worried, like, because usually in the summer, Taylor and we're going to hang out. She's my travel partner. It's just been me and her for a nice amount of time. And so we're going to travel. And if I'm going to go somewhere, she's going with me. Like, I haven't been many places without Taylor going with me. So it's going to be a little weird this summer. I'm actually like, I don't even know if I, like, y'all know, like, I like to travel to Hawaii for the summer. I don't even know if I even want to go without her. But I wanted her to get used to it because she's super sheltered. And it was actually her suggestion to start. So I'm like, okay. And then at first I was like, no, you need to enjoy your summer and stuff like that. And she's been doing things. She's been out of school now since May 15th. So she's been out of school already for over a month, or about a month right now. So she's had a month off. So she'll be okay. Thank you, Stacy. Right. Ms. Gail, I certainly understand. When is your surgery? On the 24th? It's not tomorrow. It's the 24th, right? You already know. You better keep me posted. Hey, April. Welcome in. Hey, Miss Sandra, Blue Emerald. So we have quite a few people who want to do the book club. That's awesome. Paulette, what books? What books? We may have to do like a Facebook book club page or so. I need to talk to Jelana to see what she's going to do, what her plan is. Because maybe like a Facebook group for everybody who's going to be in the book club. And then we can see like what books and stuff like that. I don't know. Anita, oh. Do you listen to audiobooks? No, she said she is not into that. Hey, Karen N, welcome. Listen, and they know when I get like, when you gonna get your haircut? Because you looking real messy these days. Like they'll be like, oh no, I'm trying, I gotta do this and that. In May, like towards prom, we had like a barber school that came and they cut like a lot of the kids' hair. And they really like that. Like I wish we could do something like that throughout the year for our kids who can't get their haircuts. For just financial reasons. I wish there was something like we could do something like that. Maybe it's something we need to look into because the kids were really excited about it. Oh, see, so she really needed to be told. She did. I love my kids, Fern. I do. I love them. And I know how cruel the other kids can be. Like I know it's not always easy, and I know some of the behaviors come from, them not having access to a lot of different things, or them not having exposure to different sorts of things. And so I know that a lot of the behaviors and different things come from that. but also like those environmental factors, at home. So I know that some parents are doing the very best that they can. They're, it's not that they're not trying their hardest. So my goal is never to make it difficult on the kids or the parents, because you just don't know what people are going through. So that's really my goal when I'm teaching in that particular setting, because that kids can be cruel. They really can be. So thank you, Marta. Thank you. Nikki is said I'm a very quiet person, don't really talk much. This is the most I've ever commented on any live. Nikki, believe it or not, most people do not believe this with me. But I am generally very, very quiet. Like I really, honestly, I really am. I've come out of my shell a lot more from doing this, from being on with you guys. And honestly, you guys have made this space so amazing and so comfortable, to where like I'm not like I'm not afraid. I'm not scared to share. I'm not scared to talk and be on camera. But I was like that before, especially growing up. I was very, very quiet. That's why like I am with Taylor, because Taylor is very much like me in some ways. She's more like her dad, but certain things like she's very much like me, and I can totally see myself in her. And so I was very sheltered, very quiet. So don't be, if you want to join the book club, don't worry. You know, there's always going to be somebody who's going to outtalk you. I can pretty much guarantee you that there's going to be somebody who's going to talk for you. The time slot when you're supposed to talk, we're going to go around the Zoom asking everybody, oh, what you thought about the book? Trust me, somebody's going to take up your time. So if you want to join, don't worry. Don't let that stop you. It's okay. And we appreciate you commenting. And a lot of people don't even understand. That's why I tell people, like, I understand the bushes, and I don't get mad at people who don't come in and comment in the chat, because to comment in the chat, like, you're exposing yourself now. For somebody who's already like very shy and quiet and an introvert, even commenting in a chat, like, you've already exposed yourself. And so what if you said the wrong thing? Or, what if your high wasn't accepted? Or what if, like, those things play in your mind and you just never know. Luckily, our chat is generally very, very kind and very helpful and very nice. So I never expect anybody to do or say anything out of the way to anybody inside of the chat. So I totally understand. So thank you for coming out and saying hey to us and talking to us today. Thank you so much. But I totally understand. But don't let it stop you. It does get easier. It does get better. It does. I used to be super, super scared. For the longest in my videos and the uncraftable things, I never said what my name was. I don't think I said what my name was until maybe 6 months in. Maybe before 6 months. So I started in July. Oh, we're coming up to our anniversary. I started in July of 2020. I don't think I said my name until maybe December. I just wanted to be known as Craftable Things. I didn't want anybody to know my name was Patrice. And now look, I'm okay now, but still a little bit scared. You see, even Delonda says she panics before every time she goes live. Like, she gets nervous, she sweats. So it's okay. We're all here. Everybody's usually pretty nice. And trust me, if somebody comes and they're not nice, or somebody's gonna say something to them. That's just how it's gonna go. Yeah. So that's what we have in Terrell's. Well, we set up our own. We set up our own. So in Terrell's class, we have a closet where we have like clothes. We have food. Like, he has tons of oodles and noodles, the ramen noodles. He has tons of those in there, and different things like that in there. In my class, I have like a lot of food. Like, I have snacks more so inside of my classroom. Burley in her class, I'm gonna miss her, so I'm gonna have to go. I don't have a microwave in my class. Um, but in general, they don't allow us to have microwaves in our class. But if you have a special education class, you can have a microwave. So that's the loophole for us. In Terrell's area, y'all saw that year that we were over there. If you follow Craftabilities, we were cooking. There's a stove. We have an oven, stove, refrigerator, everything over there because we teach the kids like kitchen safety and stuff like that in those classes. But Burley had like the frozen breakfasts, and yeah, we do give kids. We have our school. They get breakfast in the morning. It's free breakfast, but sometimes it's not enough, and sometimes something on that breakfast thing. Just because you are struggling doesn't mean that you're just gonna like everything. You're just gonna eat it. You have taste buds too. You may not like what they're serving that day. So if you don't like something, generally you don't eat it. And I know people say, oh well, that you at least you got some food. Oh no, they what if you don't like it? So Burley has in her class, or she had in her class, she did have a microwave in her class. She had her refrigerator. Like I have a refrigerator in my class, but not the microwave. So she had a microwave, and then she would also have like she would get the frozen breakfast sandwiches and things like that, so that if the kids came in and they were hungry, then they could go and get some food from her. So we kind of just rotate the kids. Like if they come in, you want something to eat. If I don't have something that they like, or if they need something like some soup or whatever Terrell has, I'll say, okay, go to Terrell's class. If they need something a little more, go see Burley. And then they send kids to me. You need some water? I'm gonna have water. I'm gonna have. So that's but we kind of know like when kids come to school hungry, or they're at school hungry, they're not really processing everything that they can. And I don't know about you guys, but if I'm hungry, I don't know what's going on around me. All I know is that I'm trying to find me something to eat. I could care less what's happening. I just need to find me something to eat when I'm really, really hungry. So, and we have an amazing social worker. He's really, really good. And so he helps out a lot too in that area. Before him, we didn't always have him. This was his first year with us. And so he is amazing. We had another social worker before, but this social worker, he takes it to a whole nother level. He takes it to a whole nother level. Like it's not like he's going to be the one. He's not going to wait to pop up at your house to see if you're okay or anything like that. He's going to go right away. You tell him something. I call him and say, hey, I haven't seen this student in 2 weeks. And, this was going on with them before. By the time I finished telling him the case, he's already out the door. He's already getting in his car. He's already pulled up their address. He's already did all that to go check and see what's going on with them. So I love that. Love, 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 love it. See, oh, yeah. Yeah, no, she's staying. She's gonna be in state. Thank God. I thought she was gonna choose an out of state college, but she chose an in state college. So I am happy about that. I am. The college initially that I wanted her to go to, I think it was just too far away from her, too far away for her, and she didn't want to go. And then for her and her dad, like her dad kind of is the one, honestly, that convinced her to not go out of state. So for me, it was wherever she wanted to go. Like not that I don't care, but like I wanted her to be where she wanted to be. I didn't want a situation to where it's like, oh, well, I wanted to go here, but you made me go. I didn't. It had to be her decision. It had to be her decision. So she's happy with her decision. She's excited. She is. Let's see. Books a Million. We have a books. So we have Barnes and Noble, of course. We have a lot. And now we have Books a Million. We've been have Books a Millions. So I live. Most of y'all know that I live in South Florida. So we have Sawgrass Mall in South Florida, like Fort Lauderdale area. It's not Fort Lauderdale, but still, it's if you come to Fort Lauderdale, then you would go to Sawgrass Mall. We have a Books a Million there. And probably in Miami, we have a Books a Million at one of, but the Books Millions are in like the super, super large malls. Like that's what Sawgrass is, a super, super large mall. Aw. Well, Miss Karen D, you know we love you too. I know how that. I know how it goes. I know. I know. Yes, Karen D. So my seniors, that's the one thing that they said that they were going to miss. Not the one thing they said we're going to miss a lot of things. So before graduation, I'm going to miss them so much, y'all. And it's so like for me, it's like Taylor's going away, and then class of 2024 is also like class of 2024. Like those are my babies. So I'm I'm like for it all to happen in the same year, like the same time frame. I'm gonna be starting a new school year off, not having to worry about Taylor waking her up in the morning because she better be waking herself up. Not having to worry about class of 2024. Like I'm going to miss them. Like I already miss them already. So that's one thing, one of the things that they said they were gonna miss because I would do like pop up, like we would just do pop up lunches. So I'm gonna order some wings from Wingstop and fries, and we just sit around and talk. And then I had my girls who they had a lot going on with them, like all three of them, just their whole family lives and everything was going on with them. And every every Wednesday we had a lunch, and it would honestly be like super emotional for them. Like I was more so like kind of just there moderating it, but I would order food that they've probably never had before. So a lot of times they've never had before. They would tell me they've never had the food before, but we would sit and we would talk, and all three of them on my caseload, but we would just sit. They would do most of the talking, and I had my one student who y'all know I made the stove for. Um, and her mom passed away. I actually got to put her and her mom like a picture that she has on Canvas, and we would just sit there and we would talk, but they would be able to share with each other and just talk about their different feelings and emotions. And some of the stuff that I heard as a parent, like it just made me feel even more bad, and like I would kind of understand like their parents stand sometimes, even though they didn't understand. So I was able to give them a little insight on that. Like, no, you're trust me, your parents care about you. I know you may not feel it, but sometimes people show love in different ways. So we had those conversations a lot, because I told them, this is your family. Like it's okay. Like things happen. Everybody, we're doing the best that we can. As a parent, we're just doing the best that we can. And they, and I had a lot of times I'm like, listen, I don't even make all the best decisions as a parent. I don't know everything that I'm doing. Everything I'm doing and saying is not always right, So you have to be a little more forgiving. You have to understand. Until you're a parent, you won't understand that. And I'll tell them, y'all better not become a parent anytime soon. This Wilson is not going to be anybody's godmom. I'm not going to be anybody's auntie. I'm not going to be any of that. Just letting them. I have to let them know. And so that's. But I'm gonna miss them. I'm gonna miss them because that's the one thing they said that they're gonna miss. They're like, we're gonna miss having lunch with you. We're gonna miss eating all your food. I'm like, I know. Imagine bringing lunch and food to school and you don't eat it because the kids eat it. But it's fine because as long as they're good, I'm good. As long as they're fine, I'm fine. So, but yeah, I prefer to be a little hungry too, Karen D. I could always go and get me something to eat. Like I said, we have a whole bunch. We have a whole bunch of stuff that we could do. Hey, Miss Lena Doyle Crafting. Yeah. That's but honestly, y'all, that's why I love my school. Like I love what I do because it's not like honestly, it's not just me who's looking out for these kids. Like we have a very unique group of kids at our school based on the location of the school. And honestly, it's a group of us. It's a group of us that like a lot of us that really look out for the kids, that really will, look out for them a lot. So I'm thankful. I love working with them because of that. I do. Oh, I bet you get kids. I bet you would get kids hungry coming in on the bus. Kids leaving from school. I bet. I bet. So we had so with some of the special needs classes, they do in our school district, they get a certain amount of funds. Like if everybody's doing the right thing and being legit, each class would get, not my class. My class doesn't get any money, like my position, but the classes that have the students with cognitive disabilities, they get certain funding. So the teacher would get, let's say they get a few $1,000s allocated to them each year, and then they can spend that money. So then they may go get grocery, they may go get special things for the kids that they may need in the classroom and stuff like that. And every year, I don't know how that's going to be this year because our budget has been crazy, but I think that is money that's coming from the state. So it may not affect us, but they do, they make sure that the kids have other extra things. Terrell does like a party, like whenever it's one of his kids' birthdays, he's going to throw a party for them. He's going to do like something to celebrate that student in the class that for their birthday. So and that's usually out of his pocket. Like it's usually out of his pocket. So it's all good. Y'all, it's almost 8 o'clock. We've been out here for a while now. It's been 2 hours. I'm almost done with this. Is Mare Bear here? Hey, Mare Bear. Hey, girl. What's up? I was going to call you to ask you how yesterday was. Tell Tim I said Happy Father's Day from his favorite crafty friend. Tell him Happy Father's Day. But yeah, I was going to call you because I wanted to see how everything went yesterday, but I can call you later. And Marilyn and I are supposed to be doing a daytime live. Marilyn and I are going to do daytime live. Denton and I are going to do a daytime live, sewing something, and Miss Merlinda and I are going to do a daytime live. So be on the lookout for that over on Craftable Things. Craftable Things. Marilyn. Oh, what did Miss Gail say? I'm back to my son's house. I don't see the chat. Awesome, Miss Gail. As long as you're okay. And Miss Gail, is that AC going to be fixed before your surgery? Because if not, are you going to stay by your son once you're discharged? Because that's not good. You don't need to be in that heat like that. A Kindle app. Yes, Karen. So we're thinking about a book club. Delonda may set one up. So that would be super cool. Awesome, Fern. So you've been able to get a little bit of work done while you've been on live with us. I'm almost done with these things too. So I want to finish. I'm going to go eat one of my tacos for dinner. And cut some more templates. I know it stopped, but I'm not going to start it back until we get off. I'll start it then. I do to myself for not reading. Judy. But it's a month. You'll get a month to finish the book. A month is a good amount of time to finish the book. I think it's a long time. I think just pace yourself or listen to it. Either pace yourself with reading or listen to the audiobook. There's nothing wrong with listening to an audiobook. They used to have, do you guys know, there was the app, the library app we used to use, Overdrive. So Overdrive is, I guess, I don't know if it still is because I haven't used Overdrive in years, but Overdrive, you could download, like it was through the library, the public library, and you could download your audiobook. It's almost like you're checking out a book. So you could download the audiobook, you could download the actual book too and download it and read it that way. But you could download the audiobook. I don't know what it's called now. I don't know if it's still called Overdrive, but you could do something like that, especially if you guys want to like read and not have to buy a book. I think you have to have like a library card though. This is what it was before. Don't quote me because I haven't did it in years. I have not been to my local library in a long time. So I used to take Taylor to the library, and they had different activities at the library, like on weekends and on evenings, and like different books that they were focusing on. So Taylor used to do that, but she just prefers to go to Barnes and Noble and get her stuff. She's too old for those things now. So that's kind of what we would do. She said her book club is now a month and a half, so 6 weeks. That's a long time to read a book. That's a long time. Libby by, so it used to just be, so it's Libby by Overdrive. It used to just be Overdrive. So now, Stacy, it's Libby by Overdrive. I need to check Libby by Overdrive out then. Let me see. I have it on my other device, but let me see. But it used to just be Overdrive back in the day. So I know, I'm pretty sure that they've made it even better. Do you still need to have a Overdrive? Do you still need to have a library card, Stacy, in order to use it? Oh, they got quite a few different things under this one. See, it's Libby by Overdrive. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's the app, Libby by Overdrive. Oh. I'm gonna have to re-download it, but I'm gonna check my iPad mini, because that's where I would usually like read my books and stuff. Yep, you still need a library card. Yep, you still need a library card. Keyboard and listen to a book via Bluetooth earpiece. See, that's good. Maybe I'm sure that makes the time go by faster. Overdrive to Libby. I use it all the time. You know what? Now that I'm gonna go back to the library. I'm gonna go back to the library. Taylor probably is gonna have to get a library card, another one anyway, for her library in college. So we'll do Barbara Bonaparte. We'll keep you posted. I'll check with Yolanda and see when she wants to get that started. Maybe they changed Overdrive to Libby. About 2 months ago, which is sad. I know. I need to go. I used to like going to the library. Like, I don't know but you know what? Honestly, y'all know what happened. Like 4 years ago, like everything kind of changed. Because a lot of things that I used to do before, like I don't do it now. I just don't do. So I think for a lot of things, like the pandemic really changed a lot of things. So, but definitely, I'm going to download Libby. I'm going to go get my library card. because mine is probably not valid anymore. I have not been to the library in so long. Okay, I need a library card. Was it free with a library card? Yeah, it used to be free with the when I had Overdrive, when I used it all the time, it was free with the with your library card. And you literally like you were checking it out, and they had the audiobooks and everything. And then there were times where I would want to go get a book and I couldn't get the book because it was all checked out. I'm like, this is a virtual book. Like, how is it checked out? Like, how are all the copies checked out? Like, it's virtual. But there is a thing about it being all checked out. That happened to me. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I did that one too far over, y'all. But it's fine. That one's not all that aligned, but it's going to be okay. I did change everything. Oh, okay. So as long as it's free, as long as it's not checked out. Do Prime memberships have audiobooks? I think Audible is separate from Prime. I think. Hold on. Let me check. Let me check. I think it's an additional fee. I don't know. I have Prime, and I have Audible on my phone, but I don't think it's not connected to my Amazon Prime. Let me see. Is it on here? Let me see what my account says. Settings. Cancel Patrice's second Audible for iPhone. No, it's set up. But I don't think, I think you have to pay for it, even if you have Amazon Prime. I think there's like a monthly fee. Yeah, thank you, Karen, and in the scale in this part. Yeah, it's extra. Things on my holds list. Yeah. I gotta get Overdrive again. I gotta get Overdrive. It was a lot easier. That's before I was crafting like crazy. Like I was still crafting occasionally, making a few little things for my class and stuff, but reading was my thing. But I kind of switched out reading for more crafting, which kind of just turned into a whole lot of crafting. So, but it's all good. Amazon has Kindle. I remember do they still even sell like the Kindle? Remember they used to sell like the Kindles separate, like an actual Kindle machine. Remember a Kindle tablet? I don't know. I bought so many of those things. Taylor had one. And you didn't really need one because you could do everything on your iPad too. That was so silly. The Kindle app is free, but you have to purchase the books, right? You have to purchase them. Your app, if you have a book, there's a book apps on your if you have Apple, if you have an iPhone, the book app, you can order books on there too. Where is it? So it looks like a little book, and you can do books. You can do books. You can even set a reading goal on here. You can do a lot of things on here. So Barb has a Kindle and she keeps her manuals on it. Cool. They still have a Kindle tablets. Okay. You still have your Nook. Fern, you still have your Nook? Fern said she still has her Nook. I had a Nook. I don't have it anymore. Each month you pay to get a credit to use towards a purchase. Okay. Amazon has Kindle. Pretty cool. Yo, I'm almost done. I only have these left. So I don't even have much more to do. Like y'all have hung out with me while I've been doing this. I cut that template out. I finished, well, I cut a few templates out. There's like 8 there now. I have 100 templates to make. I think like 102 templates to make. So I'll cut those out. I'll probably cut those out. I'll stay in here and cut and work while Evie's on. I'm going to try to edit a video to get a video done. And yeah, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me today for a little bit. We talked a little bit. Y'all know my goals. My goals were to get Taylor settled into school, to stay sane. Like I need to have my best poker face on. And also to walk while I'm there for a little bit, get a little bit of exercise in. Because I won't be here with my book, with my Peloton. And yeah. Okay, I use some MVP credit to add to my library list. Okay. Karen D. So just finished cutting out the new Juneteenth template. Awesome, Karen D. That is awesome. Miss Seneca says she still has her Nook. I'm not using it forever. Y'all gonna make me go look for my Nook. Y'all gonna make me go look for it. And if when I look for it, I'm gonna come back and tell y'all if I find it. So does anybody have, before we get off, does anybody have any goals that they're setting for this week? And I did see some of y'all goals last week that y'all put under the video. So I'm going to go back and ask how those goals went. Because we want to know. But do you guys have anything special planned for this week? Any goals that you need to do? Anything? 3 books written by former slaves. I've read Tales of Two Cities and lots of old classics for free. Nice, Karen and hey, Teresa, Sister Hearts, Crafts and Things. Dem still has her Nook. Robin S still has her Nook. Y'all, I have quite a few of those. My iPad took over though. The iPad took over. It literally took over everything. It did. But the Nook was super convenient too, especially when you were downloading the books from Barnes & Noble. Super convenient. Super duper convenient. See, oh, hey, Miss Sharon Davenport. Miss Sharon Davenport, you'd be so proud of me, girl. I was talking about you earlier. I was like, because I wasn't working. You know how I start to talk and run my mouth, and I can't pay attention. I can't do multiple things at one time. But look, I got mostly all of the toppers done. See, I put all the holes in them. And then this is all I have left. So you'll be super proud that I was actually working, doing what I was supposed to do while I was on here talking. We talked a little bit about setting boundaries and the importance of setting boundaries. That was our conversation, or our topic today. If you guys have any suggestions on topics, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. And I might put out a poll or something in the community tab to see if you guys have any topics that you want to discuss. Because I come up with these topics, and sometimes they're random. This one really wasn't random. It was because of a reason, like something happened and somebody just like went a little bit too far. So you want to create boundaries. I was thinking of doing one like co-parenting. Like maybe we could talk about co-parenting one time, but we really don't have, I don't know. It's just whatever happens that week for me is what I kind of come up with. The screen is too small for you. Okay, I get it. So the toppers are for, so this is it's a rodeo family reunion or so. And it's for mason jars. And so she purchased 130 something mason jars that didn't have, well, she didn't purchase it. Somebody else purchased them and gave them to her to, get ready for the reunion or the event that they're having. And they didn't have holes in it. So she wanted me to make a label for it for the top and also a little straw hole in case they want to use it as a, as drinkware. But I really think that most people are probably just going to use it as like a souvenir. Like I would just use it as a souvenir, but everybody does different things. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hey Tracy. Yep, and Romeo was working. Romeo did a good job. Romeo did an excellent job. Evie. I don't think I've escaped the Jonah yet. I haven't even figured that out, Evie. I haven't figured out how to escape the Jonah. How to live. First of all, I need to figure out how to escape. How? How do you? I'm going to figure out how to escape living in the Jonah, or I'm going to have to figure out how to live in the Jonah. I'm going to have to figure one of the other out because it's just not working. We'll have to figure it out. Because whoa. All right, guys. We have been on here for 2.5 hours. I'm gonna punch out these last. I think I have like 4 more to punch out, and then we're gonna go. I will show y'all the hoodie, not the hoodie, the sweatshirt that I made. We're gonna give it away. I don't know if I'm gonna be back next Sunday, so tell me if I'm doing too much. Initially, what my plan was to stay with Taylor until her first day, which is going to be next week, Monday. I was going to stay there until her first day of class, and then I would leave. But do you don't think that's too much? Am I just overdoing it? I don't think she's not saying that she doesn't want me to be there, but should I just go get her situated in her dorm? We're going to go to orientation, she can get, situated in her dorm, and then after that, I just head back home, because if that's the case, then I'll be back. I should be back Sunday night. I should be back Sunday in order for us to do So Good. But if not, like, I've gotten a first day of school picture every year of her life. I have first day of school pics. That means I'm gonna have to rely on her to send me a first day of school pic, and she's not one to take a first day of school pic. She's going to be like, Mom, no. And I want a first day of school pic. I'm going to ask her. Jacqueline says, don't even ask what the Jonah is. You probably don't want to know what the Jonah is. I think she's going to say whatever I want so that she doesn't hurt my feelings. I think she's not really going to say what she wants. I just need to go about my business, huh? Get her situated and then leave. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get her situated and then leave, because I feel like I don't want to stress her out, and then I don't want her, like, I'm gonna get her situated, get her dorm set up, and then probably leave maybe Sunday morning, and then that way she'll have all day Sunday to herself and to prepare, get her little, self together, whatever she wants to do. So, and I'm not letting her take her car with her just yet, because I don't know. I'm a helicopter mom, I know it. I'm doing better though. I am doing a lot better with it though. It's not as bad as I used to be. That's not as bad. But we will see. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna take your advice. She's not gonna want to hurt my feelings, y'all. I know her. She's not gonna want to hurt my feelings. But my mind right now is just to go get her together and then leave. But if she says that oh, mom, you're leaving now or whatever, then I'll probably stay. I'll play it. I'll be available either way. That's what. Either way. It's so bad, Stacy. It's so bad. So bad. I need to do better with my life. I do. If I think she'll see, let her spread her wings, ask her what she wants. Doesn't say like I can kind of gauge and see what she wants a little bit. And then from there. But maybe she needs her own space. Maybe she wants, I don't need to make sure she gets to class the first day. I don't need to do that. Like why do I want to do that? We need to have this talk. We need to have this, like, this is gonna be another topic. Chronicles of a Helicopter Mom. We'll talk about we need more topics, but that's gonna be outside of How to Escape the Jenna, Chronicles of a Helicopter Mom, because we need to have this discussion. This is a real discussion. I know that there's an issue. We need to have this discussion, and then we also maybe do like a co-parenting type of discussion. And y'all tell me some other stuff that we need to talk about, because we have a lot of stuff to discuss. Rondria's goal this week going forward is mental stability because my family dynamics has changed drastically. Oh, 26-year-old son was awarded custody of his 2 children because mother will be away for a while. Oh, so okay. So that's your goal. Is it more so like preparing because you're going to be helping your son out? So you because I know those types of things happen. Like there are drastic changes and a lot of people are involved, right? So I totally get that. Like, so your goal is just going to be your mental stability, but are you planning on helping out? So you need to kind of, that's hard too. That's hard too. So I totally understand, because a lot changes. Like for a type of situation like this, life changes, and what you were used to doing yesterday, today is completely different. And so if you're like me, like change for me, and that's another thing, like change. I already told you guys, I don't like change. Like I can do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again and be fine with it. Like I don't like change. But this part of my life, like this year, there's a whole lot of change going on, and I'm just having to deal with it and process it and know that, change is good, right? But moving forward, I also need to make sure I have some boundaries. That's another thing that I had to change in my life. Like, you set those boundaries. It's okay. Set the boundaries, right? So that's another thing that I have to make sure that I do. But that's a change for me also. So it's kind of hard. You always want to go back to, what you're comfortable with, what makes you feel the best, or how. No, you have to be okay with change. But Miss Rondria, I pray all is well. I pray that moving forward, you will have all the tools that you need to keep your mental stability intact, and also to do whatever you need to do for your son and your grandkids. So do know that I do pray that for you. Karen Ann. Karen Ann, I know it's not a good idea. I'm just gonna tell her to give me a selfie. I'm not, God. I'm gonna come back on Sunday. Because if I don't come back on Sunday, and if I stay on Monday, then I'm like, I'll stay until the end of the week, because of course I'm gonna have to make sure the whole week goes by well for her. Like, no, she doesn't need that. She doesn't. When it was me, I would not want that. Like, I would have, if it was me, I would not want that. So yeah, that's Samika. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, if she already knows, like, if you call me, Everything gets pushed to the back burner. So she knows. Yes. We haven't discussed it, but I'm pretty sure I can convince him to stay, right? But I'm pretty sure that he probably feels like, you know what? She's here. She's good. We can go. It's like just me prolonging it. And why? Why do I want to do that? Or why do I want to prolong it? Oh, Stacy, how go to the airport? The airport, I can get on the air. I can get home quick. One thing about me, I know I could get home. I could get where I need to go and get home pretty quickly. I know how to make that happen. I know how to get home. I do. But if anything, her dad, he wouldn't leave me there. He wouldn't. Oh, Evie, I know. I gotta do better with my life. I gotta do better with myself. Oh, Miss Roslyn! My feelings will be so hurt. My feelings will be so, and I don't even want her to have, like, I don't want her to feel bad. So I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that parent. So I think I'm just gonna go, let her get settled. We're gonna spend time with her from Wednesday until like Saturday, because of course I'm taking her to get all of her stuff that she needs, like her IDs, her um, checking into the dorm, and then orientation. So after orientation, I think once she's settled, we can leave. I'm gonna do that. And if anything, I'll just go up next weekend and see her. That's it. Maybe, Vera. Maybe. I thought she was gonna pick Howard, but she didn't pick Howard. She didn't pick Howard. I thought, but she changed her. She's doing what she wants to do, and I need to give her. I need to give her her little space and freedom. You have to do a daily check-in. I bet, Barb. I bet. Now she has helicopter kids. I bet. Military. Mm, I can't get into it right now. Okay, Miss Sharon Davenport. Miss Sharon Davenport. I'm gonna write a note because I'm the one that sends your box out. Let me write a note. I'm the one that sends your box out, so I'll be able to do it. I'll still have to change it in the system, but don't worry. I can do this. Don't worry. Edie's gonna be on in like 45 minutes, so I'm gonna get ready and go have my dinner. Somebody was an adjustment for me. Thank you, Sharon Jordan. If anything, guess what? I got y'all. Like, I'm gonna be fine. Like, if anything, I will hop on here in a minute and be like, y'all, let's make some stuff, or I miss my baby. That's what will happen. It's everything she needs. Yes. I know my mom's supposed to take her shopping before we go up there. And then when we get there, we're gonna get some stuff because I didn't want to lug a lot of stuff. But you can have things shipped to the college, so that's also, also good. You can have things shipped to the dorm, so you could do that. Hey, Bridget Porter, welcome. Karen, and she's threatened me that I better answer every time she calls. So now I have to keep my phone near me at all times because I don't. Thank you, Stacy A. Bear. Is this on the website? I think it is. It was one I probably kind of like just put it on there because it was one that I did in a class. So we designed it in a class, but I did put it on the website. It says love conquers all. That's all it says. Oh, not wanting to hear me talk. What in the world? But that's my shirt. Oh, let me show you guys before I get off. Let me show you guys. So when we first started, I was stitching out the design from last night because I'm going to keep my jean jacket, but I am going to give this one away. So I think we're going to give it away. If I'm here on Sunday, then we'll do it on Sunday. But if not, then I don't know. We'll see. But this was the design that I stitched out today. So when we first started, I was actually we did a few things. I made a time-lapse video of it stitching out because I wanted to do like a Instagram reel or TikTok reel or video, whatever it's called. And then I cut out templates for the bling box. It's 4 parts. And then we're all done. And then I did these mason jar labels. So that's all done. I don't have to worry about these. And then now I gotta focus on doing like some mock-ups, but this one client, she wants an actual mock-up. So she gave me shirts to put the design on. Like you could see it before I get all the shirts. She wants to see if she, if she likes it or not. So I'm not fully caught up, but I'm as caught up as I'm gonna be because this week I'm dedicating it to Taylor. This is Taylor's week. So she has to get her hair braided on Tuesday. She's gonna get her hair braided. But she doesn't have to worry about doing her hair while she's there. But yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Y'all so encouraging. Thank you, Miss Sharon Davenport. Purchase the file. I didn't put it up there. I didn't put the file up there yet, Barb. I should put it up there tonight. I'll be able to put it up there tonight. Are you talking about the Love or the So Good crew? The Love is on the website already, I think, but the So Good crew is not there yet. And that one is a little bit larger than the one that we did last night. Nice. That will be nice. The Silver Group, yeah, I'll put it up there tonight, Barb, and then I'll share it in the Facebook group when it's up there, when it's uploaded onto the site. But it's been fun. Make sure that you guys head over to Evie's tonight. She'll be on at 9 Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, so I'll see you guys. I think Angel's going to be on tomorrow night, and then on Angel Bee Designs, and then I think I'm going to come on Tuesday. We'll probably do a quick project, especially if I'm still working on some of the other things, and I still got to get the shirts from my neighbor. I still have not gotten them from my neighbor yet. So maybe if he gets them to me tonight, I'll be able to work on those tomorrow. But on Tuesday, we'll see. Maybe we'll do something a little bit different on Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. I love you guys. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me today. We discussed a few things. Don't forget to let me know if you have any goals for this week. My goals for this week are very, very small. Just to stay sane while I get Taylor settled into college. And then also a daily walk while I'm away. But I also want to increase the amount of time on my Peloton to 30 minutes because I've been doing 15 minutes, and honestly, like I feel like I need to do a little bit more because at first the 10-15 minutes was taking me out, y'all. It was taking me out. But now I'm able to do a little bit more. So I'm not as tired doing it. So, but have an amazing week. I wish y'all the greatest week ever. And I'll see you guys next, and maybe next Monday, because next Sunday, if I get back in time, Delonda and I are probably going to do So Good Sunday instead of Saturday. So it'll probably be a So Good Sunday, And so maybe on Monday we'll come on before Angel goes live. I love you guys. Later.